Now, when Nelson Mandela says you are his hero, then people usually sit up and take notice. Well, they've been taking notice of our next guest for many years. He's the boy from Soweto in South Africa who became a Yorkshire icon and an ambassador for his home country. Lucas Radebe is so much more than a footballer who made his name at Leeds United, as we saw at this year's World Cup. Oh, the dreaded vuvuzela. It didn't sound that bad in the expert hands of Lucas Radebe. We're delighted that Lucas is with us tonight in the studio as his official biography hits the shelves. Thank you so much for coming and seeing us.
No, thank you.
Not too good on the vuvuzela, but what a tournament for South Africa. And amazingly, that was just literally in your own backyard there.
Yeah, I think it was a dream come true. You know, not only for South Africa, but for the whole continent. You know, and for the boy from Soweto and everybody there, I think it's a great achievement.
You could see that stadium from your home when you
were growing up. We used to walk to watch the games there, and I think for us it's a triumph on its own, you know, that at least Soweto hosted the opening and the final of the World Cup, which was absolutely amazing. A very proud moment, but almost, although South Africa is home and always will be, your sort of second home did become Leeds, didn't it? Yes, I think this is my second home. You know, even now when I'm flying over, you know, I was so excited. You know, and it feels great, it feels comfortable, you know, to be back here. It's like old days, you know, I still remember, you know, different areas and still see the same faces as well.
Do you have to pinch yourself when you think of the career that you actually had? I mean, Leeds and the Champions League and everything like that.
You know, I never believed that, you know, at one point I would play at that level, you know, but for me to be at that club that gave me the opportunity, you know, to play in the Premiership and as well take them to the Champions League and Europe, you know, for me, you know, it was absolutely a great achievement, and I think it was the highlight in my career.
Everyone took you to their hearts, especially when, you know, you had some real tough times over here in your life as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think everybody in a career have his ups and downs, and it's full of challenges, you know, and I think with the character that especially coming from the apartheid days in South Africa, you know, I was strong, and I think it came out, you know, when I faced those challenges over here. But as well, you know, there was other challenges, like, you know, where, you know, everybody goes through, you know, with my wife and that, which was very hard, you know, but I think in life you learn, you know, you know, and it makes you wiser, and as well it shows to the other people that you're only human as well, which you know, which we all go through that.
Well, we did have obviously some beautiful shots of your lovely wife Fezzi, who died sadly 2 years ago. Did you feel the support of people here through that terrible time?
It was amazing. You know, I think I've gone through that and managed to come out and being strong because of the support, you know, of the people here.
What's next for Lucas Radebe? Because whenever you set foot back in this country, in this region, everybody says he wants to get back at Leeds United. Perhaps the manager, perhaps on the coaching staff. Any truth in that, and what's next for you?
I mean, I've always said that I wanted, you know, to give back, you know, especially back home. You know, I think the book says it's all, you know, that if it has to be a club, it will be Leeds.
So you're not ruling out the fact that one day you could come back and manage Leeds United?
One day, and I mean, I've got a small Yorkshire Terriers, you know, my kids.
Your boys.
You know, yeah, but I think, you know, this is my second home. You know, I think Leeds is close to my heart, and I think everybody knows that. And, you know, if there's a place where in Europe when I can come back and settle, I'll be back in Leeds, you know.
I can hear the phone ringing now.
And you'd be welcomed with open arms. Lucas, we could talk all night. Thank you so much for coming in and seeing us. Best of luck with the book, and best of luck with whatever you do in the future.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I really appreciated the time that I spent here. Yeah.
Now, when Nelson Mandela says of a man, "This is my hero," you know you're talking about someone pretty special. Lucas Radebe is a Leeds United legend, but he's also far more than that.
In his native South Africa, he's an icon as his country emerged from the sporting wilderness of apartheid. He led them to 2 World Cups. Not bad for a young man from Soweto.
In a moment, we'll be talking to him, but today he's been charming schoolchildren in Morley. It was hard to know today who was more excited to be meeting Lucas Radebe, the children of Bruntcliffe School or their teachers.
From a personal point of view, fantastic, because I spent many years on the terraces at Leeds United, and obviously that was my era, so I got quite giddy by the fact that it was coming. And I'm not really bothered what the kids think. I've just had a great day, so yeah, it's brilliant.
I don't know what was wrong with England.
In preparation for Lucas's visit, the children have been learning a bit about him. Many are Leeds fans who know his history well. Others admire the work he's done to kick racism out of football.
I've always wanted to meet him, and I've been a massive fan of him all the way through his career.
Great. You couldn't have asked for a better thing, really, because it's like not every day that you see like a superstar coming to school or all.
It's just inspiration. It's an inspiration. Show the red card. It's like one of the biggest things. It's a big problem in society.
Oh, amazing! One of the inspirational players for Leeds. Best centre defender I've seen for Leeds.
It's a tough one.
Leeds United's Johnny Howson was with Lucas today, back at his old school. He may be a star now, but he was still in awe.
You know, I used to grow up watching him go down to the games, and as you say, he's an idol. I think that he's done for the game, but not only that, he was a top professional and a top person to meet as well.
They couldn't let him go without a bit of a kick around. He's still got it, you know. Well, its amazing life has been captured in a new book called Lucas. That trademark smile captured there. From the streets of Soweto to soccer superstar. I'm amazed they've been able to fit it all in one book, Lucas.
Hey, yeah, I mean, it took a while at all for Richard to get through that.
It is an amazing tale, though, from where you come from. When you look back to your childhood, can you believe where you've come from?
First, unbelievable. I mean, I think, you know, I would have believed that somebody would have told me that we'll end up here. But for me, it's been a great and a successful, you know, career, and that I've enjoyed, and enjoy each and every minute of it. And you know, and when it comes to this, it just sums it up.
You were actually shot, weren't you, at one point in your life? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think it was during those times when just after apartheid, and the guns were in the wrong hands, and then there's a history of players being shot for changing clubs. One of the players got shot and died from that. And for me, I wasn't sure, because to be honest, it was on the street, a few blocks from my house, and then we had a gunshot, and I was just driving, and then I realized when I stole the car, and my back was on fire, and when I reached in, and there was blood all over my hand, and it stalled, and I went straight to the hospital. But though during that time, you know, violence was rife, and there was no investigations, you know, from all that, and it was never found what was the motive.
So what was it like to be back in Leeds today?
Amazing, absolutely great. I mean, I love it. You know, it's like all days when I used to live here, but I was looking forward to it.
And played here, of course, and you had some great moments.
You know what, it brought all those memories back, you know, and then especially, you know, seeing all the friends, you know, Stiggs, and I saw Nigel last night, which it was absolutely amazing.
This will bring back a few memories of this. This is the testimonial a few years ago. The Leeds fans still obviously regard you in a special kind of
way. They're still chanting your
name. There is a rumour going around, and you're going to have to talk about it now, that you might be coming back to Leeds United. So will you, and when will that be?
To be honest, you know, I've always said that, you know, Leeds hold a special place in my heart. And if I have to coach, you know, it has to be, if it has to be a club, I won't coach anywhere else apart from if I've been called to do the job here in Leeds, you know, and I still stick to that as well. You know, rather than that, I'd rather do international or the development of...
But you're very diplomatic on here. We're back to you. Are you going to come back to Leeds? You're getting like Nelson Mandela. Are you coming back to Leeds?
Maybe you'll be a politician.
This is my second home.
Okay.
I'll have to come back.
I've just got to ask you about the World Cup. I mean, obviously you led your country to 2 World Cups as a player, scored goals, all the rest of it. But what about having the World Cup in South Africa this summer? What was that?
It's a goal.
You know,
Lucas Radebe goal.
We had to dig deep in the archives, mate.
You know what? I don't score many goals, but with the ones I score, they count. You know, and people remember. But they had a great time. I think for us it was. It showed where we come from and what we've achieved. And as well, you know, we're having that, you know, in our backyards of Soweto, because, you know, the First National, the soccer city is just a few yards away from us. We used to walk to the stadiums. It was a triumph, you know.
Fantastic. It was a great experience.
Absolutely.
It was
Lucas, it's wonderful to see you back here.
Yeah, thank
you
you
come
very
back.
much.
Come back and see us again.
It's nice to see the familiar faces. You know, I mean, that's absolutely great.
Still here.
Yeah. No, yes, let's stop there, shall we?
They've all experienced delay.